of the stick, she'll do the rest. Push the button, push the button, push the button, push the button. You gotta push it if you wanna come in. Oh, push the button, push the button. Give me something to let your baby know it ain't no sin. Now if you wanna feel the train coming.
Unlike actors who struggle to find parts, Penn State musical theater alumna Allyson Kaye has never been out of work since graduating in 2008. Her latest role is in the ensemble of the Color Purple's national touring production. PreViews writer Jennifer Pensick speaks with Daniel about how her Penn State training helped to prepare her for a professional theater career. Daniel talks about being part of the musical based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel by Alice Walker and the film by Steven Spielberg. Daniel also discusses the significance of performing in a show with an all-African American cast.
You're a 2008 graduate of Penn State's musical theater program. How did your training prepare you for what you're experiencing now?
I honestly don't think that anything can prepare you for being on the road other than being on the road. Just everything that I learned in school, from being sick when I was in school and all the training that I got, really helped me really stay sane because I was kind of going crazy, but also helped me, get through the shows. So it's just good to always be able to go back into your focus and go back into your training and remember what you need to do, because just like any job, you get used to doing it and you take it for granted, and then as soon as something goes wrong, you have to figure out and kind of remember what it is that you do to kind of get yourself back into it. So it definitely prepared me that way. I'll say another way that Penn State really prepared me is auditioning. I felt and feel very prepared when I go to auditions, which is how I've been working. I've been working since I graduated. So I graduated, got straight into Disney Cruise Line, got off, went back onto Disney Cruise Line, got off, went straight into the store. So I haven't been without work yet. And I can only attribute that to not my own talent, but really what I learned at school. We had really good audition techniques and training classes, so I was really able to to use all of that.
With The Color Purple being such a memorable story, with both the book and the film, obviously, what do you think attracts audiences to the stage version?
Definitely the name. Everyone already knows it, so it's definitely something they want to see. They want to see how it compares to the book and to the movie, and they want to see, if it's going to meet their expectations of what they already have from it. I would say probably 89% of the audience are people who have read the book and seen the movie, or read the book or seen the movie. We very rarely have people who have, never read the book, never seen the movie, and they're coming, because they already have such high expectations, which is really good for us. It helps a lot. And the only thing that's kind of weird is that if you haven't read the book, which a couple people haven't, and you've only seen the movie, there are just, some things for movie's sake that were taken out or kind of changed, and the actual stage version is much closer to the book. It kind of, if you get all three of them, I think it's like a good last piece of the puzzle. It's like if you get all three, if you read the book and see the movie and see the show, you really understand the story.
The show speaks a lot to the African American community, but do you find that it also appeals to a broader audience?
It really does. I can honestly say that it really does, and we have very good turnouts no matter where we are. Like if we're in Mobile, Alabama, or in Grand Rapids, Michigan, we still have, we still sell out our shows, and those are two completely different, groups of people, and everyone always loves it. We always get emails about the show and how great it is, and we always get standing ovations, and I just think that's a true testament to the strength of the story and to how well Alice Walker wrote it, that so many people, learn something for the story and have a really true connection with it. I would say, though, that when we do go to African American, predominantly cities, it is a completely different feel. And I would say that while the story does appeal to everyone and everyone has a good time and everyone learns something from it and all of that, it really is, it's an African American story. And I think that one of the things that really makes it so appealing to African Americans is a completely African American cast, and there aren't very many shows, period, that are full African American cast, and there definitely aren't very many shows now on Broadway or touring that are African American cast, and I think it means something different to be able to go see a show that's completely black.
Well, how do you and the other cast members stay true to the story but still bring your own individuality to the roles? Do you ever find that challenging to kind of, do the story but also bring your own talents to it?
It gets hard, especially just with traveling when you're tired. It gets hard to keep it fresh, to not to keep it invigorated. A lot of people, especially the leads in the show, they read the book. They reread the book every so often to kind of give them new perspectives and different ways of thinking. We try very hard not to be like anyone else, and particularly like any characters from the movie. I think that they're very similar, but no one's trying to be Oprah. No one's trying to be Danny Glover, which I think is very important. And we actually none of us, when we were in rehearsals and touring, we didn't watch the movie until maybe 3 or 4 months in. We decided to finally watch it just so that we wouldn't kind of have that anywhere in our minds so that we could be in the show. So that happens, but I think a lot of it is just we can tell when we're tired, and we can tell when we're kind of getting into a rut and not really bringing it every night, and we kind of just pick each other up and support each other and, get through that. And I think that's what helps keep all the individuality and keep it fresh.
Tickets are on sale for 2 performances of The Color Purple, March 22nd and 23rd, 2011 at Eisenhower Auditorium. Order online at www.cpa.psu.edu or by phone at 1-800-ARTS-TIX.